Well, thank you for sitting down with us. We really appreciate it. I know you're in your first few days here. In certain interviews, and I guess throughout the process, you have said that this was a role that you pursued. Why were you drawn to work with the Portland Thorns? And throughout the interview process, how are you affirmed that this was going to be the right place for you?
Well, from ownership all the way down to players and staff, it was just what I thought best in class. The ownership group really spent a lot of time and made investments in moving the team forward. The Thorns are an original 8 in the NWSL and an iconic brand in women's football, women's soccer. And I thought that this role was such a great opportunity to continue to move the sport forward. The league has incredible tailwinds behind it. So everything just aligned up to make this a real inviting and interesting opportunity.
How will your experience, both as a player and someone who has worked in the MLS League office, kind of inform your role as president and general manager of soccer operations here?
It's an interesting question because you go from the locker room to the boardroom. And I spent a lot of time in locker rooms growing up and as a former professional player, playing 10 years in Major League Soccer, a year in Europe and Germany. And so I understand the locker room dynamic and what motivates players, but I have a very unique skill set and understanding in terms of what governance, good governance looks like, how to both involve ownership and involve staff to really make sure that the team has everything it needs to be successful.
This season, obviously, 2025 is new year, it's here. We are starting our season soon. What are some of the goals that you have for this team? And what are you hoping to accomplish before we even get to preseason? I know that's kind of coming up quickly, but.
Well, what I would say overall is that we're here to win championships, and I'd love to put a 4-star on the jersey, and that's the goal of every club when we start. But winning championships is a big part of this organization's history, and I'd like to continue that theme. The smaller sub-goals or areas that we want to talk about will develop throughout the course of the season. And preseason is really going to be building a strong base with our players, with our staff, so that we understand the culture, the expectations, and how to win week in and week out.
We've had some off-season departures of more like veteran players. How are you capitalizing more on the GM side, the youth on the team, but also balancing that need for sort of veteran leadership?
Yeah, every successful team, every championship team's had that blend of veteran players and younger players, leaders, players that are hard workers. So there's a different dynamic, within the team. And so we are in the middle of roster construction and talking through opportunities that exist both here domestically and abroad to put the absolute best team on the field for our fans and to win matches.
For fans who don't know you very well, or this is their first time getting to know you, how would you describe yourself, and what type of relationship do you hope to have with our supporters?
The bond between the club and the supporters is integral and important and critical, and so I really want to have a strong bond with our fans and our supporters. They're unique within the ecosphere of this league and within this club, and so I've been incredibly impressed with what they brought game in and game out, and the level of support that they give this club. My hope is to not be seen, not be heard, and put the best possible team that we can on the field, and hopefully our fans show a lot of pride and continued support for our team.
You played here, obviously, right?
I mean, this was before a lot of the renovation that's gone on, and it was the old Memorial Stadium. So it was unique. I think we played Costa Rica here. I think Tab Ramos scored a goal down there to win 1-0 to help us qualify for, I think it was '98 World Cup.
What do you love about Portland? Is there anything that excites you about the city yet?
Everything excites me about this city, the fans, as you said before. But I will say that I've got a unique connection due to Clive Charles. Clive was my Olympic team coach, national team assistant coach, and just one of the best people I've ever known. Obviously gone far sooner than everybody would have liked, but he was really he really represented the city, represented the club, and to be here is to honor him and his family and be part of this great organization.